Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of My Hero Academia Season 5, or on episode 20, or episode 108 of the overall total number of episodes, This episode right here was not too bad, but I gotta give you guys some, heads up, 7-up after I'm done with my recap, etc. We had to it that, the episode opens up with the doctor who works for All For One operating on Tomura's Shigaraki and tells him, oh, you're doing great so far, keep at it, And we had to it that we go back to a flashback many months prior before this all happened here and there, As it was shown, that Shigaraki, along with his remaining allies, ends up being shown in front of Gigan or Gigantomachia, which apparently, the doctor ends up having to contact Shigaraki Tomura about the situation, and Kurogi, of course, tells Shigaraki Tomura, hey, you gotta get to this guy right here, because he's gonna be a powerful asset to our group. And we have to it eventually, as the episode continues on, that Gigan is not satisfied and he cries in grief because Shigaraki Tomura is weak, Dabi tries to attack him with his flames as he charges towards them, right? But unfortunately, his flames do not work, and Gigan only stops after hearing the voice of his master, which the doctor All For One implemented into the radio that he's given to Gigan, Gigantomachia. And we have to it, of course, that the doctor ends up teleporting Shigaraki Tomura and his allies to his location, and ends up talking to him. We have to it that, you see here, he's a powerful asset, don't you think? And I want to, talk to you in person. It's not like I dislike you, it's for my own sake. What is it that you can do, You haven't even accomplished anything. We get to see a little backstory about Shigaraki Tomura, We have to it that he had never had any help from anyone else in the society, and that All For One was the one that took him in. Which is really sad and ironic, don't you think? Because, the boy, it looked like to me he was abandoned and had absolutely no help from anyone, Thinking that someone else would come by and save him, but no one ever did, which is even more worse on the mental and physical part, That's when All For One found him and decides to take him in and decides to raise him. We get to see to it that the hands he has on him, which we always been seeing in the anime or something, is actually the hands of his family. We ain't getting we ain't getting to that part yet, and guaranteed, memories of myself when I read this in the manga is really starting to shimmer up or show up, But we have to it that Shigaraki Tomura says he really hates society and it really makes him sick in a certain way. He says everything about it makes me sick and I can't get relief. And we have to it that he plans on destroying everything, And we have to it that that the doctor that All For One had that helped him out a lot says, oh my gosh, you want to destroy everything? That's a stupid childish dream or something, In a certain way, he worded it, the way how I see it, he worded it like that, But we have to it that the doctor says, I planned on helping you from the start. However, I can't give you my full support right now. You guys are super weak, especially you, Shigaraki Tomura. You have to prove your worth, that my life's work, my power, my knowledge, my operation to work on you will be all worth it. You have to show me that right now. And he gives Shigaraki Tomura a mission. If you could get Gigan or Gigantomachia to submit to you, then I will give you my full support all the way. And we have to it that it begins in that mission, with the exception of Dabi not helping out, and they get communication devices from the doctor, And we have to it that that they start their mission to try to tame Gigantomachia, but apparently they actually been having a hard time ever since that month they started. Many months passed by and they could not get Gigantomachia to submit. I mean, the way I look at it, as Tomura will describe it, and I'll get to it in just a moment, they've been going at this for months. As for Gigan, he's been sleeping in between a couple hours and then attacks Shigaraki Tomura and his allies again and again, you know. And as the episode continues on, you know, we have to it that they end up getting some news report and, of course, like, get a strange phone call from someone. And we get to see, to it that this guy, I think his name is shown, so I'm going to say his name anyway. Well, it's already been spoiled from the very beginning or something, if anything else. His name is Destro or something. He apparently is the leader of the Meta Liberation Arc, and he has over 100,000 members, etc. Their goal, pretty much, is to, like, liberate all who has superhuman abilities and be able to use it in any way that they want to, you know? And they end up, and the villain says, hey, that's like something that we are not too far from, you know? That's our goal as well. But as the episode continues on, you know, we have to it that one of their allies, the League of Villains allies, Giran, is actually captured, and it is shown, and they're not hiding it, although, like, whatever the case may be, five of his fingers were, like, cut off or something, which apparently was a little disturbing, and distributed in his clothing to multiple locations around the city or somewhere in Japan, which is really kind of, like, disturbing in a certain sense. But they were trying to get answers out of him, but he decides not to talk. And I'm thinking in my mind, wow, dude, this guy is really serious to trying to get the League of Villains to submit. We get to see, too, that this guy is actually trying to get the League of Villains to submit, and they actually have a satellite to keep an eye on the League of Villains, which shows a great amount of power they have, dude. I mean, they have over 100,000 members spread throughout Japan. Not to mention, they got a satellite tracking device on you. And the moment they picked up the call, that's from Giran's phone, which apparently, like, they managed to track him down because, you know, cell phones give out signal, and they could find you in any way possible whatsoever. And therefore, we have to it that, like, Destro, or the leader of the Meta Liberation Army, says, here's the thing I want to do. Either you come by, submit, and help us out, or you face us head on or something, and you get captured by the heroes. But it looks like to me, Shigaraki Tomura has a different idea. We have to that Gigan is now sleeping right now, and it'll take him a couple hours and a few minutes or so to possibly wake up. And Shigaraki Tomura's like, here's the plan I have in mind, okay? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Gigan to chase me to where those Meta Liberation punks are at, you know? And have Gigan Tomakia fight them there, and hopefully they'll tire him out. He even states that Gigan has too much hit points, or his endurance or durability or defenses is way too much for him to handle alone, you know, that kind of thing. And I seem to get the idea from it, you know, that, etc. And we have to it, you know, like I said, that Shigaraki Tomura plans on freaking, like, having Gigan take on the Meta Liberation Army and hopefully get him to submit there whatsoever, you know? That kind of thing. And of course, preview of next episode, it looks like to me, it's going to start off with the League of Villains, whatever that's left, getting ready to, like, face them on. And the next episode is called Revival Party. So, yeah. Anyways, when watching this episode and making the comparison right now, I could tell you this right now, that a chapter and a half of content has been cut, you know? Although I don't know, and I hope they do reveal that content at a certain point, because I see to it that they're swapping things around, and there's no denying of that. Hopefully things are like, hopefully things will be done a certain way, even though there has to be some censorship, you know, etc. So, yeah, like I said, a chapter and a half of content has been cut from this episode. Well, I think from this arc for the time being, but I hope that content will show up later, but we'll have to see. We'll have to find out later. But anyways, thought the episode was nicely done, and hopefully they hopefully there'll be some other content to show up, but we'll have to see, you know. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.